Now Elliott puts the block on, goes down low. Now Gordon goes high, Elliott goes high. Full court press on by Gordon, but Elliott's there, blocking him now all the way to turn number 3.
Elliott cranks it back up to speed, dives down to the inside of the racetrack and defends the low lane. Gordon can't do anything with him. Elliott leads by 1 car length off the 4th turn.
That's the biggest advantage we've seen anybody have in the last hour here at Daytona as far as the leader, 1 car length. They come after him in a hurry back at the start-finish line. Elliott hangs on to it. Jeff Gordon with a wheel mark on the front side, goes to the apron of the racetrack. He gets bumped a little bit, but he doesn't give up. He stays in the throttle and goes for the lead in 1.
3 wide coming into the turn. Jeff Gordon is the man who picks up the spot, diving all the way to the inside. Now back up in the middle of the racetrack. He'll leave Elliott and Terry Labonte to battle for second off turn 2.
Chevrolet leads the way. Jeff Gordon now out in front, side by side for second. Terry Labonte and Bill Elliott there. Now Elliott gets shuffled out of line. Move Labonte to second. Now Craven side by side with Marlin for third.
Terry Labonte pushing Gordon into the corner as Craven dives down underneath Sterling Marlin for the 3rd position. They're stacked up double wide right behind as Gordon leads off the turn.
Jeff Gordon will come down, taking over the lead with 5 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little more fender contact before this race is over. Gordon, Terry Labonte now side by side for third. Ricky Craven and Sterling Marlin headed for the corner.
Craven trying to make something happen down on the bottom side of the racetrack up alongside Sterling Marlin, and he is strong. Craven gets the nose of his Chevrolet out in front. He'll pick off the 3rd position. Marlin now has to squeeze back in line before Bill Elliott comes by him.
Now Elliott, who got drop kicked last time by, finds his place in line. It is 5th, right behind Sterling Marlin. Meanwhile, further back, here's Darrell Waltrip down the inside, 3 wide with Bobby Hamilton.
Waltrip goes low, picks off the position. Meanwhile, Terry Labonte takes a look to the inside of the leader. Jeff Gordon dives down to the bottom. He'll defend the spot. Now trouble up in turn number 4. 1 car slides to the outside of the racetrack. It is a huge multi-car accident starting about halfway through the field. It all started with Johnny Benson got sideways. Several cars have piled up behind. As the smoke clears, we see at least 10 machines down on the inside of the racetrack.
Joe Nemechek is involved. Also involved is Dave Marcus. Johnny Benson took the most serious damage along with Morgan Shepherd. We see Bobby Labonte driving away. Dale Jarrett got the right side of his car caved in, though he is rolling. Also involved looks to be the machine of Dick Trickle, which took a hard impact to the inside wall. Here also involved would be Lake Speed's machine, and we are under caution after a multi-car accident off of turn number 4, triggered back about 10th or 11th in line when Johnny Benson got turned headfirst into the outside wall, and everybody back behind him began scrambling and crashing. The yellow flag waving with 4 laps to go in the race. Jeff Gordon did win the race back to the caution flag. Now the question becomes, do we see another green before this 500 is waved over?
Well, that many cars that are scattered out on the apron of the racetrack up toward turn number 4. Dick Trickle's car sits against the inside wall. There are 2 other machines that are totally disabled out in the racetrack. Let's go up to Fred Armstrong. What does it look like? A lot of stuff all over the racetrack.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of debris, Barney, coming off. There's tires, pieces of metal right now. The crews are on the scene. There's about 8 or 9 safety vehicles, some ambulances there. Morgan Shepherd's car did not clear the scene. Also, Johnny Benson's car, which probably took the hardest hit, is also at the racetrack right now. He's just right about the entrance of the pit lane. The safety crews are on the scene there. They've lowered the window net on Johnny Benson's machine, and they're attending to Johnny Benson right now as the field rumbles very slowly out of turn 4 behind the pace car.
Again, the cars remaining on the scene: Morgan Shepherd, Johnny Benson, and Dick Trickle. Morgan has climbed from his machine. Joe Nemechek has climbed from his machine, where it came to rest all the way down in turn number 1. And we will continue to watch Johnny Benson and Dick Trickle as the safety workers attend to them, where their cars came to rest down on the inside of the corner in between turn 4 and the tri-oval. Now it looks like Johnny Benson has climbed from his machine. Good news there that Pontiac was very badly mangled, turned just head on into the outside wall from about halfway down the racetrack. We look through the benefit of a replay, and it looks like Benson and the machine of Bobby Hamilton made contact, and that's what started the whole thing up in the corner.
Yeah, there was about 6 cars directly behind, had absolutely nowhere to go. A lot of the cars that went high got a piece of it. If you went to the bottom of the racetrack, there were 2 or 3 cars sitting down there also, including Lake Speed, and you're going to make contact there, so it's going to involve at least 8 or 9 cars. Let's go back to the pits.
And we're down here with Ray Abraham. Ray, when Jeff Gordon make that, it's been quite a day for you, but when Jeff made the move, did you think he was making it too early?
Well, no. I mean, he calls his own shots. He knows what to do. He knows where he needs to be. He's done a great job, and so has his crew all day. And I know that somebody's driving up the road listening, and his name's Ken Howes, and he's helped me a bunch this week. And I just hope that we can hang on to this thing for everybody, especially, Rick for home. It's awful nice to see all three of those cars up there, and just thank God everybody's all right from the crashes.
Well, this has been quite a comeback for this team.
Yeah, but, we've been fortunate. You've just got to be ready. We don't have to have the fastest car. You've just got to be ready when the opportunity comes up. And, it's just been a good day. And I just hope, and I pray to God we can hang on.
That's Crew Chief Ray Evernham for Jeff Gordon, who's now the leader of the Daytona 500.
And Jeff Gordon has less than 3 laps to go in the 500 as cleanup work continues at a very frantic pace off of turn number 4. The Morgan Shepherd and Johnny Benson cars have already been towed away from the scene. Dick Trickle's machine still rests up against the inside of the retaining wall, halfway between the turn 4 exit and the entrance to pit road. The work continues on that machine there. It's really wedged up against the wall pretty well, and work continues on that car to try and remove it from the accident scene. So we are under the caution flag for the 8th time in the Daytona 500 after a multi-car accident back in the field coming off of a late race restart.
Now again, some of those drivers involved. Lake Speed got a chunk of that. So did Kenny Wallace. He was involved in it also. Spun his car down to the apron of the racetrack, made a little contact. Brett Bodine was in it also. Morgan Shepherd, Joe Nemechek, Dick Trickle, and Johnny Benson, some of the cars that suffered damage in that accident up there. The cleanup crew is working frantically to get this racetrack back into a green condition so that we can finish it and kind of see how it comes out here this afternoon under the green flag. What do we got? 3 laps left?
Here they come down to the start-finish line behind the Pontiac pace car as work continues to try and remove Dick Trickle's badly damaged machine down in turn number 4. The field coming down to the stripe and seeing the signal that there are now 2 laps remaining in the Daytona 500 as we complete lap number 198. And the caution flag does remain out, so basically this race is just about over as they are having some trouble getting Dick Trickle's machine from the scene where it came to rest up against the inside wall. In fact, the race is over for all intents and purposes, Barney, because when they come back around, we will see the white flag. And so Jeff Gordon, provided he can make it back around for a couple of laps under the caution flag, is going to win the 1997 Daytona 500 after a multi-car accident puts an early end to the green flag part of the race, 4 laps from the finish. It's been a wild ending to this one. First the accident with Dale Earnhardt and Ernie Irvin and Dale Jarrett with 11 to go, and now the accident with 4 laps to go happening down here in turn 4. And now as they remove Dick Trickle's machine, he does climb from the car. Dick in the machine for quite some time because the driver's side of the machine was up against the inside retaining wall, which is quite tall, but now he has climbed for the car and walked over to the ambulance.